I'm Dr. Brenda Barnetson, Senior Director of Clinical Services. I'm here today to answer some of your top questions on our health protocols. Let's get started. What do you mean when you say you're operating vaccinated cruises? In accordance with health authority directives, these cruises will be operated as vaccinated cruises with guests and teammates' vaccination rates approaching 100%. These cruises are available for guests who have received their final dose of a COVID-19 vaccine series at least 14 days before the beginning of the cruise and have proof of vaccination. What are the policies for vaccinated guests? Guests must provide proof that they are fully vaccinated, which means they've received their final dose of a COVID vaccine at least 14 days prior to embarkation. They must also provide proof of a negative viral COVID-19 test, that's a PCR or an antigen test, taken within 2 days of embarkation. We recommend that guests wear masks while indoors, and we require guests wear masks during embarkation and disembarkation. In response to the increased risks associated with the Delta variant, we recently made a change to mask requirements. Signs throughout the ship will indicate when and where masks are required to be worn. This includes in elevators, in the casino, retail shops, and other designated areas where physical distancing may be difficult. What's the reason for these policies? In accordance with the latest health authority recommendations, in an abundance of caution, and in response to COVID-19 infections caused by variants of concern, as well as evidence that vaccinated people can become infected and can spread COVID-19, we are implementing this mandatory testing policy. As always, our primary commitment is to the health, safety, and well-being of our guests, teammates, and the communities we visit. What kind of protocols can guests expect for shore excursions? Vaccinated guests may leave the ship and explore independently. They're not required to wear masks unless the masks are required by the local health authorities, and guests are recommended to wear masks indoors when ashore. In selected regions, vaccinated guests may also be required to stay within their group at all times. Tour guides, escorts, and transport staff are expected to maintain and monitor physical distancing and are required to wear masks at all times. Staff are trained in these health precautions and will monitor excursions for symptoms of COVID-19 and take appropriate actions. What is your policy for kids? There's no explicit age restriction on our cruises sailing out of the United States. However, practically COVID-19 vaccines are not currently widely available for anybody under the age of 12, and guests of all ages must be fully vaccinated. Where do vaccinated guests not have to wear masks? We recommend vaccinated guests wear face masks in public spaces indoors. On cruises sailing from the United States, vaccinated guests are not required to wear masks in their stateroom with their travel party, indoors where physical distancing can be maintained with some exceptions, and outdoors. What recommendations do you have for guests traveling internationally? All guests should understand the airline and point of entry testing and vaccine requirements prior to their departure, and this includes the requirements of transit countries and airports. We would recommend that guests check back on official websites from government agencies and tourism ministries, as these requirements are subject to change. We know there's a lot to navigate. Hopefully I've helped to make it easier to understand our current health protocols. For the latest updates, please visit our website. Wishing you smooth sailing.